Hi everyone and welcome back to subscription box unboxing with Bats, Cats and Broomsticks. This is the Scrawlrbox for month of December. I was really excited to get this one to see what they'd do. I thought that maybe they'd do something really Christmassy. So let's open it and find out what they did do. So we've got our little sticker in the box with really cool design of like silver, gold sort of writing design. We've got our little month's challenge, Out of the Darkness. We've got these really cool pens by Spectrum Noir. Take a closer look at them in a minute. Then we've got this Posca marker pen in black, and it's a 0.9 to 0.13 mil. We've got a Jelly Roll Moonlight in the colour Sakura pen and Darrent's sketching pencil in a 2B, and they've given us a Werther's Original this month for our sweets. They also included a toned sketch tile by Art Gecko. This one's an exclusive for Scrawlrbox, I think. We have our month's artist little print. That's really cool design. Quite like it. And then we've got our catalogue that gives us all the information about what's in the box. So we've got things to know about the little pens and stuff. We've got a page on the artist of the month. Some really cool designs, a little bit about the artist. And then we've got tips and things to try with the new cool pens we've got in this box. Gallery for things that were submitted by artists to Scrawlrbox. And then we've got a little bit of trivia at the end of this month's little catalogue that comes with the box. It's really cool. So I might do a little something to draw Out of the Darkness as a challenge this month. So looking over what we've got now, we have our Spectrum Noir metallic pens, and they are in 4mm for the gold pen, 3mm copper and a 0.7mm for silver. We've got a Posca marker in the 0.9 to 1.3, sorry, black Posca marker, and then we've got the Jelly Roll in colour Sakura from Japan, which is really cool, and a Darrent sketching pencil in 2B. So I'm going to just take this sketch tone tile now, and I'm going to have a go at activating all the pens and just testing them out, seeing what they're like to use. I'm really hoping that these pens are really bright and vibrant, because I've got a very large collection of metallic pens from like doing a lot of calligraphy and a lot of art with shiny metallics, and it's really hard to get metallics that have a very mirror, very finished metallic to them. They're always a little bit washed out, especially on white backgrounds. They can be very washed out. So it's going to be fun to find out what these pens are like to work with. So these work like Posca pens, so you can shake them and go to activate them. And they do take quite a while to activate. One of the first things I did notice is that these have a really strong smell. So I recommend you work somewhere with an open window, or at least well ventilated, because they are very strong smelling. A bit like enamel paints, really. They're quite strong smelling marker pens. And then when I went to swatch, especially this gold one, I was super surprised, because they had a mirror-like quality to the finish. They were so opaque and shiny, I was incredibly impressed. I think that I'm going to have a look online and see if there's any more of the colours available, and if they've got more of the, like the gold and the copper one, in a fine liner size as well, because I prefer the fine liner sizes myself. I like the nice delicate thin lines and being able to build up as a choice, because I feel like I'm very clumsy when it comes to chunky markers, because errors are a lot easier to see when you're working in a thicker pen. That's a really, really nice warm tone copper. I was really, really surprised by how bright and just so nice these pens were. It did take ages to get the ink to come through for the first time, but after that they flowed so nicely. I was really, really, really impressed and happy with these pens. It's one of the things about getting a Scrawlrbox. It is always really, really nice to get the materials, because you end up getting things and buying things from these boxes that you had never thought to try, or maybe never come across, but they're just spectacular to use. Sometimes I end up finding that some of the things in the boxes aren't for me. Like, I find that they did a set on graphite, and I'm not a graphite artist at all. It is way too messy for my style and technique of working, but I could definitely tell the quality, and I learned a lot about technique and stuff that I could apply to other things, not just the graphite, that I hadn't thought of and wouldn't have thought of had I not tried it out. I was surprised when I used the Sakura gel pen that it actually showed up on the black paper. I didn't expect it to. And it is such a nice pink colour, actually. I don't think I'll use it for the drawing I will do for our challenge for testing these out, just because I don't feel like it goes, in my opinion, with the gold, copper and silver sort of theme. There's not enough other colours to contrast in with them or something. I just feel like it's just a little bit left field, or at least just for me. And I like that they included the black Posca pen, so that if you did have like any lines you wanted to clean up, you could probably do it with the Posca pen. And I don't have any black Posca pens, I only have them in a white, because I often do these like thin lace-like mandalas on coloured backgrounds, and I quite like doing it in the white Posca pens. These pens showed up just as nicely on the white paper, which I was super impressed by. I was expecting them to be a bit more washed out or less shiny or vibrant on the white paper, but I was happily surprised that they still worked just as nicely. The silver does come out just a bit more grey, but it's still as bright and as shiny. It just comes off as being a little bit more grey and a little bit less metallically silver on white background. I wanted to have a go and see what these pens are like to work with, so I'm just going to doodle a little something. I've been researching some Victorian lanterns recently, and I thought that I might have a go, because these seemed like they'd be really nice to draw something like that with. I'd have a go and do a little sketch while I think about what we're going to do for this month's challenge. Just to have a little The silver gives me some really, really nice, opaque, bright, shiny lines, and I was super, super happy with that. Working with these is just a really pleasant experience because the flow from the pen just flows so nicely. You don't get scratching on the paper, it just flows super, super satisfyingly. They are very soothing as pens to use. If you can get past the smell being really, really strong, I'd say they're even sort of like ASMR to use them almost. I think I like how this is turning out. It's really quite bright. While I'm thinking about this, what I might do is do another little quick sketch and figure out a mandala, because what I think I want to do for this challenge for this month is a mandala themed after the sun. Something really nice and gold and bright. So I'm gonna just show you guys like how my method of working out mandalas is in this video, because I always make like a really, really rough version first where I'm happy to put loads of mistakes in it on purpose, because I'm looking to see, do I want to have it this way or do I want to have it that way? Which way does it look nicest? Or do I want it to be a little bumpy round pattern, or do I want to make it look more like a leaf or like a petal or something like that? So I just like to work it all out first and then do it over again in the nice proper finished mandala that I would be happy with, so that I always make a messy version first. For a lot of the videos that I do when I do mandalas and I'm picking them off of tracing papers onto the board or something that I want to put the finished one onto, it's because I've been working tracing paper over tracing paper to work up the design bit by bit, take a certain bit of the pattern away and do it differently. A bit like how traditional graphic design artists used to do graphics design before Photoshop was available with layers and its cool techniques, to save on having to do a whole design from the bottom up again. They'd sketch their loose base design and then they'd make corrections over the top of it, keeping what they wanted to keep. I thought that the pencil worked to add a little bit of shadows on top of these Spectrum pens, but it dulled the design, I think, a little bit, and I wasn't too keen on how that looked. But I thought that was a really, really cute little sketch. So I'm going to move on to making the mandalas now, and I'm going to put a little bit of music over the top and let you guys just watch my process start to finish. Just bear in mind that the first mandala I make is my rough draft, my quick sketch, and stick with it all the way to the end to see the full final finished piece. So that's it for today's video. I hope that you really enjoyed watching this. I hope that it was helpful that I included how I work out my mandala drawings in this video. I hope that it gives you inspiration to create your own mandalas, and I hope that you guys enjoyed seeing what I create with the pens that came in this subscription box. I really enjoyed using these pens, and I do intend on going and buying more if the options become available. So this is my finished project. I hope that you guys really like it. Please leave a comment down below if there's anything that you want to see in specific, or if there's any technique that you want me to talk about or demonstrate. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel and like this video. Until next time.